December 25 found us 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. By December 25, they reached 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town, towards east of Cape Town. Despite atrocious weather, atrocious means very bad, awful. So despite atrocious weather, we had a wonderful holiday completed with a Christmas tree because it was December 25, so they celebrated Christmas. New Year's Day saw no improvement in the weather. By the 1st of January also, there was no improvement in the weather. But we reasoned that it had to change soon. But they were hoping that it would change soon. And it did change. And it changed also. But for the worse. The weather became worse than before. At dawn on January 2, the waves were gigantic. That means the waves had become very huge. And the narrator was already, worrying about the size of the waves. And they had become gigantic, very huge. We were sailing with only a small storm jib. Jib is sail, triangular sail. Storm jib is smaller than the main jib. And were still making 8 knots. The wind was so speedy that the boat was also moving very fast along with the wind. Even after putting only the small storm jib. They had put down the other jibs, other sails. But still it was moving very fast. Were still making 8 knots. Knot is a unit of speed, which is used for the ships and wind also and aircrafts also. It is equivalent to 1 nautical mile per hour. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, now it was going up on every wave and then coming down, and the waves were very huge. We could see endless enormous seas rolling towards us. When they were on the crest of one wave, the upper portion of one wave, they could see other waves rolling towards them. When they were high up on the crest of the wave, with that height, they could see that there were more waves rolling towards them. And the screaming of the wind. The wind was not just blowing, it was screaming. It was blowing so speedily. It was stormy. And spray was painful to the ears. Spray of water with wind was painful to the ears. To slow the boat down, they wanted to slow the boat down. So what did they do? We dropped the storm jib. They dropped the storm jib also. And lashed a heavy mooring rope. Now, mooring rope is actually used to tie a boat to any other object to prevent its movement, to make the movement slow or to, stop moving. So, to slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope in a loop. They made a loop of it across the stern. Stern is the back part of a ship or a boat. So, they tied it with the loop. They tied it across the stern. Then we double lashed everything. Then they double tied, in fact, everything. Double lashed everything they tied up. Went through our life raft drill. Drill is the exercise in case of emergency, that how they have to save their lives. So they went through their life raft drill, attached lifelines, all kinds of lifelines, saving lifelines to save themselves. Maybe another boat, a small boat, or some kind of pole, anything, maybe ladder, kind of rope ladder. So they attached all types of lifelines, and the jackets also. Donned oilskins and life jackets, and they wore. Done means they put on oilskins. Oilskins are kind of waterproof garments worn by sailors. So they've done their oilskins and life jackets and waited for the for something to happen, or maybe they were waiting for the weather to calm down. So they just had hope and they were waiting for the next thing to come.